Top of this beautiful Johannesburg afternoon to all of you South Africalings. Another day in paradise, as they say. Hey, TIA. This is Africa. And this is the Wayne G Show. And this is Real Talk Radio, where the talk is always real. Oh yes, guys, 2021, hey? I'm sure most of you are still taking it easy and not ready to go back to work just yet. And going to just slide into 2021 if there's any fat left on your butt. If you haven't got any fat left, then just slide in on those bones, hey? On the bones of your ass. You're entering 2021 and hoping for a better year. I'm hoping for a better year too, guys. Last year was a clusterfuck. That's all we can say, hey? That's all that it was, hey? Like this weird memory that you don't really want to think about too much, hey? So let's hope that it remains that, and that this year is a lot more productive and successful and, you know, less draconian and less full of laws and stuff that just keeps us from doing what we want to do, hey? Because we want to do what we want to do. That's how South Africans roll, hey? We're not good at getting told what to do, that's for sure. We don't like it, and we don't really conform much, hey? But yeah, I guess we got it, guys. I guess we got to just take it day by day and hope for the best and, you know, do what you got to do, hey, to survive. Anyway, guys, yeah, today I want to talk to you about something called clutter. Yes, and how to declutter your life, hey? There's so much clutter in our lives, guys. I don't know if any of you realized it, but last year was a big eye-opener for me and a big awakening with regards to clutter and how much crap we have in our lives, hey? There's so much crap that, you know, it reminds me of that program that used to be on DSTV. Let's not say that too fast, hey? Starts sounding like a but yeah, you know, it used to be on DSTV and it was called Hoarders. And it was a program about people that just hoard everything. Every room in their house is just full of crap. But to them, it's gold. To them, it is the most important, the most necessary. You know, it is something that, or some things that they want and they want to keep and they cannot let it go. And everything is packed and it just builds up and up and up over the years. Hey, you know, you can't stop hoarding. It's just a non-stop event. It's like a disorder. It is a disorder. And eventually you can't even get into rooms. You can't even leave your house. And, you know, you don't want to throw anything away. And family members are like embarrassed. You know, they don't want to come over. You don't probably want to invite them over because you know it's a problem, hey? You know, when you go to somebody's house, you don't have every kind of possible item piled to the ceiling. You know it. You know that there's an issue. You know, anyone who's got an issue probably knows they've got an issue unless they are that removed or mentally defunct that they don't understand the issue. But then, you know, that's life, eh? You know, that isn't even an issue for them. They carry on. But I think the people that do that do know it, eh? And I think with a lot of help and with a lot of therapy, a lot of people actually get through it and, you know, they clean their houses up and they get back to some kind of normalcy because, yeah, it's probably a latent psychological issue that they need to deal with regards to something. Obviously, maybe as children, they had everything taken away from them. Who knows? But yeah, what I'm getting at is that kind of clutter is not just physical clutter. You know, we have a lot of mental clutter too. And you can imagine, like, in your mind, just storing and storing and storing so much crap year after year after year, and you don't let it go. And you know how much trouble that causes you, how much mental anguish, how much, you know, feelings of despair and you know, you almost have a head full of crap and you can't get rid of it because you don't want to let go. And you've got to let go, guys. Things need to be let go of. And if you let go of it, there's a kind of liberation that happens. There's a liberation in your mind and a sense of freedom that, I was holding on to that negative thought so long and it was making me feel sick. And it was making the environment around me toxic. And it's not just thoughts, guys. It's people too. How many of us have toxic people in our lives that we know are toxic, that we know are just not good for us, yet we keep them around and we keep hanging out with them. And every time we say, you know, when you leave, that you like feel totally drained. And I don't know if any of you have watched What We Do in the Shadows. It's that vampire comedy. It was a movie and then they converted it into a series. It's absolutely brilliant. You must watch it on Showmax. What We Do in the Shadows. That's my recommendation for today, guys. Wayne G Show series recommendation. What We Do in the Shadows. But yeah, I won't give it all away, but it's about vampires. But it's also about a certain kind of vampire that is a very common kind of vampire. One that walks in the day and is not hurt by sunlight. It's a special vampire, and the character in the program is called Colin. And he's an emotional vampire. He drains you of emotion, and that's what he does. He goes around and he finds a victim and he literally drains them. And he drains them of every bit of emotion until they literally fall asleep. And that's his superpower. And he feeds off it. And he goes into chat groups with multiple computers around him. And he engages with so many people on these like cyber wars in chat forums. It's absolutely so funny. And he feeds off it. But yeah, go and check it out. But it's not even that funny in many ways, because we have emotional vampires in our lives too. They just drain us. And you know what? You got to let that go. Let all of that go. That kind of clutter, it's clutter. So yeah, you've got physical clutter, stuff around you, so many material things that you don't need. Let them go. You've got emotional clutter, all those thoughts and, you know, negative reservations and worries and concerns about the future and stuff that you can't control. Let it go. I know it's hard, but even if you can let go of one thing a day, imagine that sense of liberty. And the third thing is human clutter. That's those emotional vampires that drain us of our energy. Hey guys, let's make this 2021 a decluttering year and getting rid of all the clutter and all that nonsense in our lives and keeping it simple, because that's what 2020 taught me. Hey, in order to survive, you got to keep it simple. And why not carry that lesson into 2021? Awesome, guys. I hope you have a superb afternoon with whatever you do and enjoy your last bit of the holidays. Peace and love. This is the Wayne G Show, and this is Real Talk Radio, where the talk is always real.